Hi everyone. So today we're going to talk about types of bank accounts. Now this topic banking is going to be a very lengthy topic. बड़ा सारा कुछ होना है. प्रैक्टिकली आपने सब कुछ देखा होना है. आपने चेकबुक देखी होनी है, आपने किसी को NEFT करी होगी या आपके पेरेंट्स ने करी होगी, RTGS करी होगी, आपने पेटीएम वॉलेट से पैसे भेजे होंगे. सो बहुत सारी आपने वो डेबिट कार्ड और क्रेडिट कार्ड स्वैप भी किए होंगे. सो बड़ा सारा कुछ देखा होगा. और आपको ये भी पता होगा कि पापा बैंक जाते हैं, पापा बिजनेसमैन हैं तो पापा बैंक जाते हैं, पैसे लेकर आते हैं या किसी को चेक काट के देते हैं तो पैसे किसी को पे करते हैं उसके थ्रू. तो अगर पापा बिजनेस में है या मम्मा छोटा सा मम्मा इज़ इन अ जॉब और वो उनकी सैलरी ट्रांसफ़र हो रही है उनके अकाउंट में और उस अकाउंट में से वो सेविंग करके थोड़ा सा पैसा बचा के रखती हैं, या मम्मा कहती है कि अरे मैंने तो इतने पैसे जो है एक जगह पे फिक्स करके रख दिए, अब 1 साल बाद मिलेंगे. बहुत सारी ऐसी टर्म्स आपने घर में सुनी होंगी जो लगातार चलती रहती है. ये उन्हीं टर्म्स को, उन्हीं चीज़ों को टू गेट टुगेदर, इन चीज़ों को असेंबल करके हमने ये सारा टॉपिक करना है. एंड विल नॉट बिलीव लेंथी टॉपिक है, थोड़ा थोड़ा बोरिंग है लेकिन थोड़ा थोड़ा अच्छा भी है. अगर आप इसकी प्रैक्टिकल इम्प्लीकेशन देखें, कभी ट्राई करें, बैंक जाके सारा खुद ऑपरेट करें, यू विल कम टू नो देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स विच हैपन्स इन अ बैंक, राइट. सो आज हम शुरू कर रहे हैं टाइप्स ऑफ बैंक अकाउंट. मम्मा क्या करती हैं, पापा उनको, अगर शी इज़ अ हज़िफ, शी इज़ at home and she doesn't do any job, so papa must be giving her some जेब खर्ची या खर्चा देते होंगे, तो she keeps money in almirah. अगर almirah में नहीं रखती तो she must be keeping it in a bank. जब वो बैंक में रखती है तो what happens, what kind of an account does she open? She opens up a saving account. वो सेविंग अकाउंट विच शी ओपन्स अप, जो वो खोलती हैं, उसमें उनको मिनिमम अमाउंट 500 to 1000 to 5000 इनवेरिएबली डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कि किस बैंक में वो सेविंग अकाउंट खोल रहे हैं, उनको बेसिक डिपॉजिट करने पड़ते हैं. उसके बाद आपका अकाउंट खुल जाता है. वो अकाउंट में जो खुलते ही आपको एक चेकबुक मिलती है, आपको एक पासबुक मिलती है. उस चेकबुक और पासबुक के अलावा आपको नंबर ऑफ़ विड्रॉल्स कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्टेड होते हैं, लेकिन आप अपना पैसा आसानी से विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. और आपको एक बहुत अच्छा सा कार्ड मिलता है जिसको आज की डेट में डेबिट कार्ड कहा जाता है, या ATM कार्ड जो आप ATM के थ्रू ऑपरेट करते हैं. सो सबसे पहले हम करते हैं सेविंग अकाउंट. लोग सेविंग अकाउंट क्यों खोलते हैं? इस पर रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट बहुत कम होता है. कुछ बैंक इसमें 3% देते हैं, कुछ 4% देते हैं, 5 भी देते हैं, 6 भी देते हैं. एक कोई बंधन बैंक है विच गिव्स 7%. कल एक अकेला ही बैंक है जिसने इतने पैसे दिए, बाकी सारे के सारे जो हैं दे आर पेइंग वेरी लेस. 3 to 4 to 5 to 6% जो है रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट मिलता है. तो कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं मिलता है, जितना आपकी सेविंग है उसके हिसाब से आपको इंटरेस्ट मिल जाता है. और सेविंग अकाउंट का सबसे बढ़िया फ़ायदा ये होता है कि घर में रखने के बजाय आप क्या करते हैं, इस पैसे को बैंक में डिपॉजिट करते हैं एंड यू कैन यूज़ इट व्हेनेवर यू लाइक. सो विल स्टार्ट विद द सेविंग अकाउंट. सबसे पहले टाइप्स ऑफ अकाउंट में आएगा सेविंग अकाउंट इज एन अकाउंट विच एम्स एट प्रोवाइडिंग बैंकिंग सर्विसेज टू जनरल पब्लिक. एक आम आदमी को, एक जनरल पब्लिक को अपने अकाउंट खोलने के लिए सेविंग अकाउंट खोलना पड़ता है. पीपल में ओपन सेविंग अकाउंट विथ वेरी स्मॉल अमाउंट, बहुत कम अमाउंट. कहीं कहीं जगह 50 रुपये से भी खुल सकता है, 50 रुपीज़ से भी खुल सकता है. तो 50, 500, 1000, 5000 कुछ भी हो सकता है. They can deposit money then onwards, and then you can deposit monthly, weekly, whenever you like. You can just deposit your money out there. Cash withdrawal is made through check or ATM, like I told you. Amount holder can withdraw their deposit as they like. जितना मर्जी आप पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हो, बट नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स इज रिस्ट्रिक्टेड. आप एक दिन में 2-3 बार ही कर सकते हैं. लेकिन उसके बाद क्या होता है, अगर आप ATM से भी विड्रॉल करते हैं तो आपके ऊपर कुछ तरह का इंटरेस्ट लग जाता है. Similarly, you can't withdraw in a week or in a month's time. There is a restriction to varying from different kind of banks to the saving account कि आपने कितनी withdrawal करनी है. बैंक्स पे इंटरेस्ट ऑन द सेविंग्स अकाउंट, आई टोल्ड यू, जैसे कहा जाता है सेविंग अकाउंट पे आपको इंटरेस्ट दिया जा रहा है. सो ये सेविंग अकाउंट पे कितना इंटरेस्ट होता है मैंने आपको बताया. आज की डेट में 4 to 5.5 to 6% मैक्सिमम रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है. ये 6 में बहुत ज़्यादा हाई बोल रही हूँ, 4 to 5.5% है. नेक्स्ट टाइप ऑफ अकाउंट कम्स इज योर करंट अकाउंट. नाउ दिस अकाउंट इज ओपन बाय बिजनेसमैन. बिजनेसमैन कौन? आपके पापा बिजनेस करते हैं. ही गोज टू द बैंक, ओपन्स अप अकाउंट, क्योंकि उन्होंने लोगों को पैसे देने हैं, उन्होंने पैसे लोगों से रिसीव करने हैं. इस अकाउंट की सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि आप इसमें जितनी मर्जी बारी पैसे डाल सकते हैं, जितनी मर्जी बारी पैसे निकाल सकते हैं. सो यू कैन डिपॉजिट एंड विड्रॉ एज मेनी टाइम्स एज यू लाइक. बट there is only one thing out here. You don't get any rate of interest. You do get some facilities as a person who's opening up a businessman, opening up a bank account. You get some facilities, but you do not get any rate of interest. What is the best facility you get out here? The best facility is of overdraft. Now, sometimes what happens is your papa may have to pay someone some amount of money, say let's suppose 20,000 rupees, but in his account there is only 15,000. So bank gives this facility of क्लियरिंग द चेक्स. क्लियरिंग मीन्स जिस बंदे का चेक है उसके पैसे क्लियर हो जाते हैं, चेक पास हो जाता है, उस अकाउंट में से पैसे निकल जाते हैं. The bank may give facility of clearing the check of 20,000. Later on, your father has to deposit that 5,000. Why? Because that has been given as a very short-term loan to your father by the name of bank overdraft. That means you can draw money with more than in your account. Whatever was there in your account, you can withdraw more than that money. Of course, if you delay it a lot, some kind of interest is to be paid to the bank. So usually businessmen get this facility, and usually the bank gives this facility as per the credibility of the businessman holding the bank account. So current account is an account which aims at providing banking services to businessmen. Here it is, businessmen can make any number of withdrawal and deposit as many times. So number of times is many. You can do it many times. Many banks levy service charges. Of course, there are some service charges out here. This is many times. Bank provide overdraft facility to the current account holders. So they get the bank overdraft facility, which I just explained to you. And there is, of course, one more very important thing. No rate of interest. You don't get any interest on holding a current account. Rather, some service charges are to be paid. What are the service charges and what are the type of other things like what is an overdraft, what's a check, we'll discuss in detail. I'll give you terminology for the same again. Next we come to recurring account. Now what's a recurring account? Sometimes what happens is that as a person who's saving money, I'm a teacher, I work in a school, okay, and I do have a saving account, but sometimes I want to save some money for future prospect, or I want a lump sum amount of money. So what I do is, from my account I keep on paying every month a kind of installment to the bank, and then after a year I tell the bank to give the complete amount to me. What happens is, sometimes in spite of having a saving account, you do not save much of money. So once you open up a recurring account, it becomes a forced saving. You have to pay that much of money to the bank whatsoever may happen. And with that intention, what happens? You save a good amount of money, and at the end of the year you have a more lump sum amount with which you can buy whatever you feel like buying. तो इसमें आप क्या करते हैं? मंथली इंस्टॉलमेंट्स पे करते हैं और आपको इसमें रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट मिलता है. इसमें सेविंग से ज़्यादा रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट होता है, बट ये भी आज की डेट में बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है. अलग अलग बैंक्स अलग अलग स्कीम्स निकालती हैं. अगर आप 1 ईयर की करा रहे हो तो रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट कम होता है, अगर आप 5 ईयर्स की करा रहे हैं तो रेकरिंग पे इंटरेस्ट ज़्यादा होता है. दैट डिपेंड्स व्हाट यू वांट. Is an account in which a person deposits a fixed amount of money every month for a specified period. That specified period is decided by you, from 1 year to 5 years or more, whatever you decide. After this period is over, one can withdraw money along with interest. You may have a question in mind, ma'am, can we withdraw money in between? Yes, you can withdraw money in between, it's okay, but you won't get rate of interest. So why to actually the intention was to save, get a lump sum amount of money and get more rate of interest. So that with that intention, there is no need to break your recurring deposit and withdraw the money. Rather, take it at one go when the time or tenure finishes off. It is good for those who want to create savings every month. Like I told you, this is basically for the people having saving account. Now, here I told you there is no rate of interest. So you don't, neither do you receive interest nor do you pay interest. कुछ नहीं है, आपको कुछ interest नहीं मिलता. Here you do get a rate of interest. The rate of interest may vary again from banks to bank and the policy of the RBI, current policy. But usually the banks offer somewhere around 6.25 rate of interest. That is, I'm going towards a very higher side because nowadays FDRs are getting 7.25 rate of interest. I'll come to that point next. So around approximately 6.25 to 6.75. Some banks offer 7% rate of interest also. That depends again the tenure for which you are having a recurring account. It can go beyond 7% if your recurring account is for more than 1 year, that is around somewhere 5 years. Alright, next we go on to is fixed deposit account. So next we do is fixed deposit. Now, what is fixed deposit? Mama, Papa want to keep some money for a big, longer tenure and more returns. They want to keep the money in the bank for a fixed time, a fixed amount and earn more rate of interest. Fixed deposit. So what they do is they go to the bank, give them a lakh of rupees, give them 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, whatever they like, and that amount is deposited in the bank for a year or maybe 15 days or for more than 1 year, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, as long as you want. The longer is the duration, the more will be the rate of interest. The shorter is the duration, lesser would be the rate of interest. Usually senior citizens get somewhere around 9.25 rate of interest on FDR, and the other people get in between 7.25 to at 8% also in some of the banks. Let's come fixed deposit. Fixed deposit is an account which is in which money is deposited for a fixed period. So you put money for the fixed period. This period may be a few months or few years depending on how many days do you want. So it can be 15 days to 1 year to 10 years to 5 years, whatever you want to do. After this period is over, the account holder is entitled to withdraw his money along with the interest credited by the bank. So you get the interest as well as the money. Say in case if you have done a FDR for 1 year and you want to, you don't want that money. So you can again extend that for next 1 year. So you can keep the FDR, or all will be done is that you have to go and inform the bank. They will renew your fixed deposit account that your fixed deposit receipt. The rate of interest is linked to the maturity period of deposit. Rate of interest is more for longer period and less for shorter period. This is what is FDR, and like I told you, it is in between 6.25 to 7.75 to 8.25 to 9% for senior citizens. So senior people get it at this rate of interest. Next is a new kind of a thing which many of you must have not heard about. It is called multiple option deposit scheme or multi option deposit scheme also. You have a saving account, you have a fixed deposit account. Now, if you want to withdraw more money in your saving account, the money will get transferred from the fixed deposit account to your saving account, and it can, the moment there is more money than what is you have decided in your saving account, it will go and get transferred to the fixed deposit account in multiples of thousands, and in multiples of 1000 you can withdraw the money. And this is a very good scheme because it offers a very good rate of interest. The rate of interest for State Bank of India is somewhere around 8.25% for multiple option deposit scheme. Is also known as multi-option deposit account. It's a type of fixed deposit account which with facility of premature withdrawal. That means from the FD you can withdraw money premature before the fixed deposit gets matured, that tenure gets over, of specified amount on temporary basis. It's not permanent. You have to give the money back. It provides liquidity along with benefit of higher rate of interest. Liquidity means you can convert your fixed deposit money into cash. Temporary basis you can do that, and the rate of interest remains the same. Then saving account, of course that is more than saving account, because saving account it's now 3.25% to 4%. This account is linked with the depositor's saving account. Undoubtedly, when depositor wants more money than balance in the saving account, extra money is transferred from MODS to saving account on temporary basis. And State Bank of India, an account holder can withdraw in multiples of 1000 at the time of need. Tenure for a multiple option deposit scheme is from 1 year to 5 years in State Bank of India, and they offer 8.25 rate of interest. So this is all about your types of account, bank account, saving account, then you did recurring account, current account, fixed deposit, and this is another one which is come up very latest. It is called multiple option deposit scheme account. Next topic we are going to take up is business services. So after talking about different types of account, we are coming to the next topic, the banking services. Now I have told you that I am going to talk about the various points like check, draft, overdraft, commission, interest, all these terms which will keep on coming again and again while we do this topic. So first of all, I am starting with the term called bank check. Now what is a check? I have drawn something out here for you. Now it's an instrument, a very unique feature of bank. It's an instrument which helps in withdrawal of deposits. Very convenient, inexpensive, is of two types. Now pay to, so whomsoever you want to pay to, the person's name you write, if I write the name Shaurya out here, pay Shaurya a sum of rupees, suppose 10,000 only out here, right? And there's a box out here, we write 10,000 here, and then I sign, and this is, here is my account number, and this is truncated, and then you have out here, apart from the account detail, you have the bank's name out here, and all these things are there. This is a simple check, and if I give this check to Shaurya, he goes to the bank counter and he encashes it, and he gets cash in lieu of it. This will be known as a bearer check. But the same thing, when I draw two lines out here, this becomes a crossed check, and the money for this check will go directly into Shaurya's account. Of course, I have to write here account payee, and it will be more clearer. So what's a bank check? Is the most developed credit instrument out here. It is a unique feature and function of bank for the withdrawal of deposit. So it's a unique feature, it's a function of bank. For what purpose? Withdrawal. It is of two types. One is bearer and the second is crossed. Bearer is which are encashable at bank counters. Crossed are which are to be deposited in payee's account. So the benefit of check is out here. It is most convenient medium, and also along with that, it is an inexpensive medium of exchange. This is the first instrument or first service which we are talking about when we talk from bank's point of view. So business service, first thing we've discussed is banker's check. Second is bank draft. Now what is a bank draft? Let me explain the same to you. Now suppose this is a check, something like this, a same kind of a instrument is there, right? I'll explain you out here. There is an instrument. What you do is, this is the instrument I'm talking about. Let me write out here draft, okay? It looks exactly like a check, exactly like a check. Suppose this is me, Pankil, okay? I want to study in Delhi University, and to get admissions in Delhi University, I have to send a draft for a college, okay, for a college. Let's suppose I am taking admissions in Shri Ram College of Commerce, SRCC, okay, Shri Ram College of Commerce, SRCC. Now what I have to do is, to pay my admission fee, what Pankil will do, she will go to a bank. Here Pankil goes to a bank, I go to a bank, and I give money to bank and tell them, please make a draft in name of Delhi University, SRCC, as I have to send money to them. I get the draft made, I pay the money, bank charges commission from me, and the same draft I, Pankil, I post it to Delhi University, SRCC. Now the SRCC people will receive that draft, they will send to their bank will put that amount immediately into SRCC's account. Whenever we are dealing with outstation, any kind of outstation dealing or outstation transaction, we usually prefer draft, much safer. And sometimes in case we have to in person also give money to someone, we do carry draft along with us. Like if I travel to Delhi and if I give my draft to SRCC and the draft goes to SRCC's bank account, the draft is comparatively less riskier than carrying cash with you. Moreover, it's just a mode of making transaction through bank, which is much safer, easier, and it's for outstation purpose. So what's a draft? Is a payment instrument which is issued by a bank's branch instructing another branch to pay a specified amount to the person named in the bank draft. Is paying instrument which is issued by bank's branch. So this is my Pankil's bank branch, okay, instructing another branch. So this bank will instruct Delhi branch of the bank, Delhi bank branch, they will instruct them, right, to pay a specified amount of money. They will pay the specified amount of money in the account of SRCC people named in the bank draft. The branch on which the bank draft is drawn is located at different place. It is used to make payments to a party or a person located in a place different from the place of person making the payment. It means the same outstation. For getting bank draft, the person must deposit the amount for which a draft is to be made and commission is to be paid to the issuing bank. Much safer, better instrument. It is exactly like a check, except for that, if you have seen drafts and checks these days, in order to avoid fraud, what they do is they put a kind of a tape on it, the transparent tape, so that things become easier to transact. Because if you take off the tape, immediately you will come to know somebody tried to kind of take up a forgery with the check. Somebody tried to manipulate the check. So that becomes little easier. We dealt with two instruments, two services. One is bank check and the other is bank draft. Next we come to the third one. So the third point is cash credit. Simple meaning. What? Short-term credit given to a person to expand his business for some time or to grow his business. Simple cash given as loan to the person, whosoever is asking for it. Cash credit is a type of short-term cash loan provided by a bank to borrower. Bank gives it to the borrower. This is not like a personal loan. You are not taking it for the purpose of buying any mobile phone or any piece of jewelry. Cash credit is usually for a business purpose. It is meant for specific business project or boosting business growth with the lending period up to 1 year. So it's a short-term kind of a loan. The bank offering cash credit requires the borrower to provide some form of security. So you have to hypothecate your movable or immovable asset for it for repayment of loan, right? So the security may be in form of hypothecation of movable or immovable assets, right? One can withdraw the entire amount of cash credit in single installment or number of installments. In simple language, it means the udhar, the loan given by a bank in form of cash, which you can withdraw at one go or which you can take up in installments by hypothecating any of your asset. You hypothecate your jewelry, you hypothecate any kind of asset, immovable or movable, and then take this kind of cash credit short-term loan. Another thing, bank overdraft. While explaining current account, I explained bank overdraft is a facility given to a businessman where he can withdraw more amount than what was there in his account and he has to pay bank some kind of interest. This overdrawing facility is given to a person or a businessman who has good credit worthiness and who has been with that particular bank for a very long time, and usually businessmen get this facility, they have to pay the interest for the same. So bank overdraft is simply overdraft is the amount which an account holder withdraws over and above balance amount available in his account. So if you have suppose 20,000 in your account has 20,000 and you have to pay someone, let's suppose you have to pay someone 30,000. So bank will give you a facility here of overdrawing 10,000 rupees. This 10,000 will be nothing else but overdraft, right? Bank overdraft facility is provided by bank to his current account holder or to the current account holder. The excess money to be withdrawn is equivalent to the limit of overdraft amount as agreed between bank and customer. Of course, they already agree about it. It is kind of short-term loan like cash credit. This is also a short-term loan. The person is required to pay interest on the overdrawn amount. So 2 short-term loans we have done, just one is cash credit and the other is overdraft facility given by banks. This is third one, this is fourth one. Next we come to is the fifth one, that is discounting of bill, and the last one, allied services. So getting on to the fifth point, that is discounting of bill. What exactly do we mean? Now, I'll explain something out here to you. Here is a seller, okay? Seller sells goods to the buyer, right? And buyer gives seller a bill of exchange, right? Now, that bill of exchange is for suppose 30 days. You're going to get your money after 30 days, right? 30 days ke baad you're going to get the payment. Now, this seller is you, right? Now, you want money before 30 days. What do? You go to the bank. You tell the bank that I want money before 30 days. I cannot wait. I need the money urgently. So what will bank do? Whatever is your amount. Suppose your amount was 10,000. Okay. Bank will say, okay, pay me 500. Bank pays you 9,500 and keeps that 500 for itself as interest or discounting charges. This is known as discounting a bill of exchange, right? Bill discounting can be defined as the advance sending of a bill to an intermediary before it is due to be paid. So you pay it in advance, you want the money in advance, not from the person who signed the bill, but from the intermediary. That is a bank out here. Bill discounting can be defined as, so here is advance, intermediary is a word. Discounting is the benefit earned by bank. Of course, yes, those are the charges which you pay to get. Now you are in urgent need. You ask somebody else to pay that money for you. Now, and you pay a more rate of interest. It's better that you get your money deducted. Usually it's not that high an amount. Bank usually charges somewhere around, if you actually take it as, bank charges just 100 rupees as a kind of discount charges, or sometimes bank may charge more than that, 250 rupees at max, depending upon the amount of the bill and how early do you want. So there's a calculation of interest. We're not going into that detail. So bank may discount it for you. So I've given you an example out here. You have sold goods to Mr. X. He has given you a letter of credit from bank for 30 days. If you want money before 30 days, the bank will charge some interest rate from you, which will be in return will be called discount for the seller. That is, for you it is being discounted, you get the discount for that. Of course you pay the interest, and this is what is known as discounting a bill of exchange. You will do the same thing in your chapter bill of exchange in accountancy also, but this is just an example. Then these are your allied services. Allied services means the extra services which bank provides. So bank provides numerous services. You must have seen your mom keeping her precious jewelry, precious documents, important documents like FDRs or any kind of papers of the house, the will or anything in the bank locker, one of the allied services. Bank provides various allied services such as bill payments, so they pay bills on your behalf, locker facilities, that is they provide the locker facilities to safeguard your valuables. Then there is an underwriting facility. Sometimes what bank does is, it provides underwriting facilities to some companies which cannot raise enough fund. If you remember your chapter formation of company, there is a amount called minimum subscription which has to be raised so that the company can float itself. The company can actually incorporate itself. If that minimum subscription is not there, in the sense that you have to list yourself onto the stock exchange, and if you don't have that minimum subscription, it becomes difficult for a company to allot shares. So that minimum subscription amount, if you are not able to complete, what sometimes bank do is, they underwrite your shares. They promise to keep some or to buy some of your shares, and of course they get the benefit of it, selling it later on to different people when the price of your shares increase, but at that time they do the underwriting services. Apart from that, they also perform services like buying and selling of shares. So they buy and sell shares for you. In case if you want to buy shares, they'll buy it on your behalf. If you want them to sell the shares, they'll sell it on your behalf, and debentures also. Other personal services, they also provide kind of personal services. On the standing order, you have to give it in writing to the bank, a standing order stating that kindly pay on my behalf insurance premium or my child's fees every month on so and so date, and they pay your insurance premium, MUM, it is premium, and they they do the collection of dividend also for you. Sometimes your dividend comes directly into your bank account, and many other things which come directly. Some of the money which you are supposed to receive comes directly into your bank account. So bank provides you that kind of services also. For the services it provides, it just charges some kind of commission also, like for making a draft they charge commission, for discounting a bill they charge interest. So there are different facilities or the different mode of bank charges which they take, but yes, they do provide us services. So that was all about banking services. We'll be doing e-banking, mobile banking, internet banking, benefits of e-banking along with RTGS, NEFT and IMPS in the next video. Till then, bye bye.